Yeah, I'll give you a hand.
I can do it myself.
All right. Just a bit squeezier than you used to, that's all.
Come on, stop promising me my car back.
Well, I'm looking on the bright side. I get to drive my husband to his new job.
Some job.
Hey, it could be worse.
Yeah, like wiping windscreens at some intersection.
Honey, I know it's not the greatest job in the world, but it's a start.
Hey, I'm doing this job because you want me to.
I'll get Susie to do them as soon as she comes in. Where is she? Getting Brad settled. He's got a job at the new telemarketing centre.
Well, he's one of those.
What's wrong with that?
Well, nothing until they ring just as you're getting in the shower, call you Mrs. Parrish and ask to speak to the decision maker.
Well, in Brad's position, he probably doesn't have a lot of options there, Joe.
I admire him for having a go.
How long, Frank?
Amy, please.
No, how long has this been going on?
Amy, can we go somewhere and talk quietly?
You bitch.
Amy, you are making a fool of yourself. Just calm down.
Bitch.
Hey, well, that is enough.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Susie Rayner. I'm with the police.
Oh, police? Who called the police?
No. I'm here with my husband, Brad Fingleton.
Oh, Brad, welcome aboard. And Susie, nice to put a face to the voice.
Well, if there's no problem...
Oh, there's a problem, all right. This creep can't keep it in his pants.
Beyonce's a little upset.
Of course I'm upset. Coming in here and seeing that on every computer in the place.
Well, I didn't put it there.
I don't care who put it there. I just want to know if it's real.
Look, just calm down, Amy, okay?
Shut up, slut.
Are you going to let her speak to me like that?
I'll do more than that.
I'll speak to you later.
Oh!
All right, that is enough. You can come with me. Interview room free?
Yeah?
Through here, thanks.
So what was all that about before?
An assault, apparently.
At her husband's new workplace. I bet that created a few waves.
What do you mean, Brad? If her personal life is creating any waves, she's not letting it show.
They say the wife's always the last to know. You know, except in my case, he didn't even have the decency to marry me.
What, so you weren't aware of this other relationship till this morning?
No, well, suddenly it all made sense. You know, the late nights, the weekend conferences, her sudden promotion to team leader.
Well, how long have you and Mr. Bonato been together?
Lived together 4 years, engaged for 3. Frank postponed the wedding until we'd saved enough money to buy a house.
Constable Rayner. Is this your idea of getting Brad off to a flying start in his new career, arresting one of his workmates?
Bad look, you reckon?
Well, you could have at least waited until day 2.
What happened right there in front of me, I mean...
OK, were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a whole room full.
Let's see, how can I help you? Frank Bonato and Justine Sproul. We're here to make a complaint.
Miss Sprout, how are you?
Oh, fine. Look, no stitches.
Well, we're going to have a little talk about this morning's incident.
I really don't want to make a fuss.
Yeah, I was just explaining to my acting sergeant I don't have any discretion in the matter.
That's not why we're here.
We're here to report a case of industrial sabotage. Well, you might think I'm overreacting, but my head office doesn't. They're worried about the financial losses.
What, from putting a cartoon on a computer?
Except whoever put it there also wiped our client database. I mean, we were talking about 30, maybe 40,000 names all over the state. It's growing all the time. You don't keep backup? Of course I do. It's in the safe at home. So what's the problem? The problem is by the time the tapes are collected, brought to the office and loaded on the system, we have lost at least 4 hours. Right. And can you put a figure on that?
It's about 168 man-hours, about 3,000 phone calls. You work it out.
Do you have any idea who'd want to do a thing like this?
Well, it has to be someone inside the call centre.
One of the workers?
Couldn't work on an iron lung, most of them. There are exceptions, of course.
Mm-hmm. Do any of your employees draw cartoons?
Well, not on my time.
Actually, it couldn't have been just any one of the employees.
Why not?
2 words. Access code. You can't penetrate the computer system without it.
Do you have this access code?
No.
So who does?
Only 2 people do. Frank and the IT manager, Millie Dixon.
Well, I do have the access code. I use it once every week to update the client lists.
Well, could you have given it to anyone else?
Oh, no, never.
The database is the lifeblood of the call centre. We can't afford to have anyone tampering with it. Could someone have stolen it or come across it accidentally?
I keep it in a locked drawer in my desk.
Can you show us where?
I'm a little busy.
Won't take a second, surely.
All right, then.
Looks like you're in the wrong line of work. These are good.
I'm very disappointed, Millie. My name is Brad, and I'm ringing to ask your support for... Send to you, lady.
I'll have some.
I don't even know what I'm selling.
Doesn't matter. I like the look of the salesman. How's it going?
Where have you been?
The toilet. You got a problem with that?
My problem is that you didn't ask me.
I haven't had to ask permission to go to the loo since primary school.
You don't like the rules? You know where the door is.
I'll leave you to it.
Unauthorised modification of data to cause impairment. Maximum 10-year penalty.
But I didn't. You have to believe me.
These were your drawings, Millie?
Yes, yeah, I drew that, but I didn't put it on the system. I wouldn't.
So how well do you get on with Mr. Bernardo?
Very well.
Mm-hmm. And the call centre, is it a good place to work? Good wages and conditions?
Oh, well, the wages aren't very good, but that's not Mr. Bernardo's fault. It's the company.
Millie,
All right. He's a mean-spirited, greedy misogynist. I drew the cartoons to keep myself sane.
So maybe wiping the database was a good way of getting back at him.
Oh, no, that's more than my job's worth.
Doesn't sound like you like your job that much.
How often do you think IT managers' positions come up in Mount Thomas?
You could try Melbourne.
But my sister's sick. There's no one else. I need this job.
Everything points to Millie Dixon.
oh, she's been set up.
All the cartoons,
Well, someone could have taken them.
access to the code.
Yeah, but she's not the only one. Frank Bernardo also had that code.
Yeah, in his safe at home with the backup tapes.
The fiancée lives there too, though, doesn't she?
You're right, but she didn't even know about the affair till this morning.
So what you're both saying is that we don't have enough evidence to charge either of them.
No, just leave it with me. Tara.
Bastard.
What's up?
Millie Dixon, she's been sacked. I want to acquaint Frank Bernardo with the laws about unfair dismissal.
Not your job, acting
I'll
sergeant.
be the soul of discretion.
I'll come too.
No, you don't. You're with me.
Berg.
My husband gave me the bangle for our 10th wedding anniversary.
Any signs of forced entry?
Ross booked us a room at the Southern Cross, and there it was, under my pillow.
So someone just walked in. So is that where you kept the bangle?
There was a doorman named Franz. Oh, charming man. Have you ever stayed at the Southern Cross, dear?
Oh, they've knocked it down, I believe.
Oh, have they?
Mrs. Watson?
Yes, dear.
Is that where you kept the jewellery?
Yes, except it's always been right there on the dresser, ever since I received it. Christmas 1965. There's an inscription on the inside of the lid.
Did you keep anything else in the box?
Oh, yes. There was my wedding gift, my 40th birthday present, his retirement watch.
A bit more specific with the jewellery, perhaps as a list.
Oh, Roger's going to be most annoyed.
Roger?
My son.
Oh.
He's a good boy, but he worries about me.
Of course. And does Roger live locally?
In Graceville.
Graceville? Don't really know of Graceville.
Yes, you do. It's right on the river.
You don't mean the Brisbane River by any chance?
Yes. He's got a lovely home. I don't see him all that often, but he rings me every week without fail.
So it turns out the old boy's given her almost 100 grand's worth of jewellery.
Well, no wonder she misses him.
Well, what would you miss about me?
Well, not being showered with jewellery, that's
Oh,
for sure.
come on. There must be something.
Your extremely kissable lips.
Interrupting something?
Hey, here he is.
Hey.
Get out of your way.
How was it?
Dull, boring, repetitive. Oh, and I won rep of the day.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it turns out I'm pretty good at flogging stuff.
So what'd you get?
Picked from the prize cupboard.
And did you pick wisely?
Oh, I did. Squidgy.
Come in handy.
How was your day?
Apart from the case of the call centre cartoonist.
Highlight of our day, I can tell you.
There was a pretty big cold bird. 100 grand's worth of jewellery.
Ooh.
Yeah, she was having deadlocks fitted, having a safe installed next week. Same old story.
Any forced entry?
No.
How'd he get in?
Well, Mrs. Watson, she left a key in the planter box on the front porch and just help himself.
That's strange.
Happens all the time.
No. The call centre. They've been selling safes and security around here for a city firm. Been doing it last couple of weeks.
Sounds like a good way to get inside info for a Berg. You, my friend, have earned yourself a beer.
Thanks, mate. That is a damn fine crew you're working with.
Yeah, really lucked out.
Yeah, PJ especially. He's a really perceptive guy.
You're the perceptive one.
No, just a telemarketing rep.
You're telemarketing rep of the day.
Might get this bronze, babe.
And you still got it, babe. The old copper's instinct.
One thing they can't take away.
There are a couple of things they can't take away.
Hey, what are you doing?
I love you. And I think we should try again.
Yeah, like last time.
Last time, the timing was wrong. That doctor said...
Yeah, I know what the doctor said. I also know what happened.
Oh, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
Look, I can't. I can't.
Incident report, boss.
Thanks. You're early.
Yes.
Oh, you've been driving Brad to work.
Yeah, not this morning, though. He thought he'd get there under his own steam.
Well, if you feel like an early mark at the end of the day.
Thanks.
How's he coping?
Great.
Must be quite an adjustment.
Yes.
Still, he seems an adaptable sort of bloke.
He still misses being a copper.
I'm sure he does.
It's hard for him watching me pull on the uniform every day and go out to do something he loved doing.
Well, if there's ever anything I can do to help, just...
Thanks, boss.
Yeah, Brad was in good form last night.
Yeah, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's great he's found something he likes doing.
He'll be rep of the week next.
Looks like Brad's tip paid off.
Well, Mrs. Watson had a call from the centre.
Yep. Someone rings and persuades her to spend $4,000 on a security system and save, and less than a week later, she's ripped off. You coming? He would have been a good copper, Brad.
Yeah, he was. He loved it. If it hadn't been for the accident,
Why'd he leave? I mean, would have been other options.
I was stuck behind a desk. No, he didn't think he could handle that.
Isn't that what's her name?
Please, follow me, please.
Over there, look, there's blood. Someone's tried to clean it up. Frank's not in his office, and it's not like him to be late.
Well, jump to conclusions.
I came to see if the car was here, and it is. That's when I saw the blood. That's Frank's blood. I know it is. There it is. That's Frank's car arriving. Her car's there, that's Amy's car.
Oh, my God.
She's hit him. She's run over him. She's killed him. She's killed him. She's killed him.
You get an F for a driving test and A+ for parking. Suze? Miss Hayden? Miss Hayden? It's the police.
Hey, PJ. Got herself plastered. Decided to go get revenge against her two-timing fiancé.
No, I'm not sure at this stage.
Well, it was vicious.
Look,
I mean, she's getting backing over him again and again. You can see her carnage.
PJ, crime scene, we're wondering if homicide guys have been informed.
I'd like to have a body first.
You need one? I mean, what about the security tape?
I just think we should talk to Amy Hayden first before we involve homicide, that's all.
Well, she can't have got very far. I've got Parrish and Jones out there patrolling the area.
Well, meantime, I'm going to have to satisfy myself with Justine Sproul.
Amy always came in to get the presentations ready for when the staff arrived. Frank would follow half an hour later or so.
So she was waiting for him?
Frank underestimated her. Both did.
Anybody else make a habit of coming in early? Nick, except you.
Well, yeah, but, you know, that was only this morning.
Justine, I take it the cartoon had some basis in fact.
Now you know, getting personal.
Well, we're talking about a possible murder here, so... Did it or not?
Yes, all right. Frank and I were having a relationship.
How serious was it between the two of you?
We were in love, if you must know. Now, Frank was just waiting for the right opportunity to tell Amy.
What were these presentations Amy was involved with?
Oh, she was hired as a trainer at the centre, you know. She'd take client briefs and show them to the reps.
So, no direct contact with the customers then?
No. Why?
Just wondering. Thanks for your time. Amy Hayden hasn't turned up yet?
No, not yet. But she could have just passed out somewhere.
Yeah. Still, I'd like to talk to her.
Well, there's no great hurry, surely.
Open and shut case, you reckon?
Well, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Jealous woman runs down two-time fiancé in her own car. I mean, what could be simpler? And we've seen it all on tape.
So what are you saying?
Nothing. I'm just agreeing with you that it's open and shut.
So you'll be using my staff for days to investigate it?
Naturally.
Good on you.
Well, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck...
But Frank wasn't hit by a duck. Look, you can't believe everything you see on TV.
I've seen the tape too, PJ, and it looked pretty convincing.
Yeah, and she's capable of violence. I've seen that for myself.
But she didn't have any customer contact.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, someone's getting info from the customers to do these burgs.
So you think the murder is linked to the burg? Is there any proof of a link to the call centre?
No, not as such, but it would be interesting to know if any other customers have been burgled.
Joe and Jonesy just picked up Amy Hayden out on St David's Road. She was playing chicken with the trucks.
Are they bringing her in?
No fit condition, boss.
The doctor said it wasn't just alcohol. She'd taken a carload of drugs as well.
Hey!
Pumped her out.
Those are close?
Yeah, same as we saw in the tape.
No, it could have killed her, PJ. She's lucky to be alive.
Well, I wonder if she'll get that.
Miss Hayden? How are you?
What did I do?
Well, let's start at the beginning, eh? Well, what time did you leave for the office this morning?
I can't remember.
Did you park in the usual spot?
I suppose so. I'm tired. I have to sleep. I can't remember.
Can you remember running over Frank Bonato? Can you remember running over him, then backing up, running over him again and again?
No. What are you saying?
Did you kill Frank?
No. No. Frank.
I'm sorry, Amy, but we believe that Frank has been killed.
How?
The security tape appears to show him being run over by your car.
No. No. It can't be.
OK, thanks for that. The forensics report matches the blood from the car park with Frank's blood type.
Oh, interesting. Well, better get this blood checked out too, please, Benny.
Yeah, we'll do.
Did you talk to Amy Hayden?
Briefly.
Did she make any admissions?
No, in fact, it came as quite a shock to her.
Yeah, or she might not remember after all that drink.
No, if she ran over Frank, she was stone cold sober.
Why is that? It might have seemed like a great idea after an all-night binge.
See how she parked the car? Straight as a die. I mean, you don't park like that after an all-night binge, trust me.
Oh, I don't know. I used to know this bloke.
Spare us, John.
No, I was in the territory, so you hit the old stray cow.
Hey, what's going on?
Look, the guys at work asked me to come and find out whether they've still got a boss. The place is in chaos. There's a rumour going around that Amy ran over Frank. Is it true?
Yeah, it's under investigation.
Come on, Susie, was it deliberate?
Hey, Suze?
Yeah,
Oh, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't... how you going, Brad?
Yeah.
I'll be in a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, listen, about last night.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Just forget it didn't happen. I've really got to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Check it out. Right, not one clear shot of Amy's face.
It's the same hair.
Could be a
and
wig.
the same clothes, exactly what Amy was wearing when we picked her up.
There's nothing special, man. It's hardly unique.
It's the same body shape, same size.
Same as you. I mean, half the women at the call centre.
All right, so you're saying that woman with Amy's hair, in Amy's clothes, exactly the same body shape and size as Amy isn't Amy?
No, I'm saying that tape doesn't prove that it's her.
All right, thanks, Mr. Harley. Right. Got another one. Sales rep calls Monday afternoon to try and flog this bloke some security equipment. Then Wednesday morning he gets burged while he's out playing bingo.
So that's 3 in St David's and 2 in Mount Thomas, including Mrs. Watson.
Hey, this rep, man or a woman?
Yeah, woman.
No?
Didn't recall.
I got one. Justine Sproul.
So she's knocking off the customers. Frank finds out and she shuts him up permanently.
Sets up Amy. Take the fall.
Class act.
That's also a pretty big call.
I wonder if they monitor their calls at this centre.
Probably insist on a warrant.
Except there's somebody there who owes me a favour.
Mr. Bonato did leave express instructions.
Now, Millie, would I let you down?
He didn't before. All right, just this
Okay.
once.
There's a phone call that was made to a Mrs. Emily Watson on this number last Tuesday afternoon. Just wondering if you got a copy of that on tape.
Don't use tape anymore. Goodness me, no. Everything's digital these days.
All right.
Let's have a look.
Hello. How are you today, Mrs. Watson? My name's Greg, and I'd like to talk to you about home security.
Did Roger
give you a call? Roger, I'm sorry?
Yes, my son, Roger. He's always telling me not to leave my spare keys in the planter on the porch.
That's probably not a good idea security-wise.
What's going on? Hang on a second.
I'm sure there are things you want to protect.
Oh, yes, there certainly are.
Shame on you, Greg.
Let me lay it out for you, Greg. Someone knew exactly where Mrs. Watson's jewellery box was.
It wasn't me.
She told you everything you needed to know. I mean, we listened to the tape.
She was a cold call, someone I just picked up from the database. Her and about 100 other people.
Yeah, but Mrs. Watson's the only place that got burgled.
Detective, it's what I do. I phone people and I sell them whatever we've got to sell. That day it was security systems and safes. It's what I do.
Do you always ask for so much information? I mean, what they want to protect, where they keep it?
Well, it's in the bloody script.
You have scripts?
Yeah. The trick is to keep it conversational, but we're told what to say and when to say it.
Well, who writes these scripts?
Our trainer, Amy Hayden.
Oh, and who gives them to the reps?
The team leaders.
In your case, that would be?
Justine.
And Justine can monitor any calls you make?
She can monitor the calls of any one of her team members.
Thanks, Millie. Cheers. According to the centre's records, the victims were all called by 3 different reps. And get this, they were all members of the Justinauts.
The what?
That's what Justine Sproul calls her team.
I lost my soulmate this morning and now you accuse me of this.
Justine, please. We have 5 burglary victims, every one of them contacted by a member of your telemarketing team.
Well, it could be something they worked out between themselves. I mean, have you considered that?
Sure. If it wasn't for this...
What? One of our scripts?
With alterations by you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
See, this is the original, as organised between Amy Hayden and the client. Now, I've highlighted your changes, all designed so that you can know the valuables in the customer's house and what security arrangements they have. Anything you want to say?
You know, this is wrong. It must have been Amy. She's the one who wrote the damn scripts in the first place.
You like blaming Amy, don't you?
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Did Frank know you were scamming the customers?
What?
What happened, Justine? What, did he threaten to come to us?
Oh, you think I murdered Frank? Produce a body. Up until then, I got nothing to say.
Are you satisfied with your treatment by the police here today?
Thrilled to the back teeth.
I thought you had her.
Right. So, we see her hit him. She chucks him in the boot. But how do we know he's actually dead?
So this whole thing's just been a giant conspiracy to try and frame Bernardo's fiancée.
Yeah, probably hoping we charge her with murder.
Well, it's amazing the lengths some people will go to get out of an engagement.
Oh, no. There's more to it than that. I reckon Amy found out they were scamming the customers.
Do you think Bernardo's in that too?
I think that we should have another chat with Amy.
I'm just getting an update on the condition now. No? Well, when was this? Okay, bye. Well, she's feeling better because she walked out of the hospital half an hour ago.
What? Go and check out her flat. She might have gone there.
On my way.
Anytime we need to find out everything we can about Frank, from his bank records to the colour of his aunt's underpants. Hey.
Jonesy called him from the flat. Amy hasn't turned up there.
Well, you're thinking she's killed Frank and done a runner.
No.
Yes, you are.
Maybe we should talk to Justine again then.
There's not much point, not unless we find Frank or his dead body. I mean, what do we know about his background?
Well, he came here from Melbourne about a year ago to help the call centre. Only living relative is a brother he never sees. No close friends as far as I can make out.
What we need is an insider, somebody can access information.
Are you thinking Brad?
Would he do it?
Peter, you're asking him to go after someone who could be a murderer.
Because there wasn't any murder. This is a con pulled between Justine and Frank.
Yeah, well, what if you're wrong? Someone desperate backs him into a corner. He doesn't have a hope in hell of defending himself.
No, you're right. Look, I'm sorry I shouldn't have brought it up, really.
You want me in there undercover?
I just need someone to keep an eye on people.
People?
Specifically, Justine Sproul. Yeah, we'll put back on anything suspicious, unofficially, of course.
Does this mean you'll deny all knowledge of me if I get killed in the line of duty?
Honey, this is serious.
You bet it does.
Sounds good. Of course I'll do it. Okay. Chris, 3 more of the same?
I don't know, these pushy salesman types.
Ah, salesman's just my cover.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my real job is secret agent.
I don't serve the KGB.
I'm not KGB.
That's all right, then.
You're just worried about this thing I'm doing for PJ.
I'm not worried, I just... Well, we don't know what sort of people we're dealing with here.
Hey, I'll keep away from the executive car park. Come on, I'll be fine. Really.
Well, stay safe, huh?
Yeah, that's the first time you've said that to me since I left the job.
Is it?
Yeah. I'll see you.
Frank Bernardo's bank details show several large deposits between $6,000 and $15,000 over the last month.
What's the total?
40, 50 grand, and it was all withdrawn on the 27th of October.
Well, day before yesterday.
The day before he was run over.
Mount Thomas Police, Constable... Brad?
All hell's broken loose here. Amy Hayden's just returned and she and Justine are having a knockdown drag out.
Amy Hayden's turned up at the call centre.
It's me he loves, not you.
It's getting physical.
That is so untrue. He's left you for dead just like he did me.
Justine's leaving. I'm going to follow him.
No, don't. Brad. PJ, wait up. Brad, are you okay?
Bloody chair. I tried to hop the chain.
I'm getting you to a doctor.
I need a bloody doctor.
Where's Amy?
It's gone. They're both gone. I didn't see any damn thing. I was crap.
Where's Amy?
Well, according to the Justinauts, she left 5 minutes after Justine.
Well, the car's still impounded, so she's probably on foot.
Well, unless she rented a car.
It's probably worth scouting around anyway.
How's Brad?
Well, Susie's taken him to the hospital to get him checked out.
It's tricky pursuing someone in a wheelchair.
Look, he'll be all right.
Me and my bright ideas. I mean, he could have been seriously hurt.
Hey.
Hey, okay, thank you. You still here?
Yeah, what, you think I'd leave without you?
Yeah, well, it's all right. They're keeping me in.
Well, what's wrong?
Nothing. I'm all right. It's just they want to check me out.
Well, if that's what they got to do...
If it was someone else, I'd be going home. It's this bloody chair. I can't tell them where I'm hurting, can I?
Well, I'll stick around. I hope you get
You
settled.
got better things to be doing.
Brad.
Go on, go back to work. I don't need you here.
Suze. How's Brad?
Well, they're keeping him in. Not really worth taking a risk.
Look, I'm sure the boss wouldn't mind if you took the rest of the day off.
No, Brad insisted. He didn't want anyone making a fuss.
I'm so sorry. This was such a bad idea.
Well, I shouldn't have let you ask him. I mean, I knew exactly what his response would be, so...
Would it help if I talked to him?
Ben, put out a general broadcast. Amy Hayden rented a current model Toyota Camry about half an hour ago.
Where would she have gone?
I reckon Justine's gone to have it out with Frank.
I'd say Amy's headed in the same direction.
Well, it would be just as well if we got there first.
Well, we need to find him first.
Well, I haven't been able to turn up any friends or relatives in the district.
But if Justine was involved, surely she would have made contact by now.
Yeah, phone records.
No, it takes too long.
Hang on. There might be a shortcut. Well, my new best friend at the call centre has come through again.
Oh, yes? Does Captain Marissa know about this?
Hilarious. Here's a list of all the calls made from Justine's phone today.
All right. There's about 40 numbers here. There's 10 each. Hey, Joe?
Thanks, Mr. Sharp. We were just calling on the off chance.
No, they're not escapades.
No.
Acting
Not a
Sergeant
worry.
Stewart from
You're
Mount
right.
Thomas
Okay.
Police. Just wondering if you've had any contact
Thanks,
with
sir.
Amy Hayden or Justine Sproul. If you could give us a call, that'd be great. Thanks.
Oh, I've come up empty-handed, I'm afraid.
Same.
Me too.
Hey, Benny, who was that last call?
Answering machines. Bloke by the name of Cobden.
Ted Cobden.
Yeah.
He's a hobby farmer down Widgery Way. He and his wife have just gone to Canada for 3 months.
Leaving the farm vacant.
Well, that's Amy's rental.
Let's check inside. It's been run over.
What it looks like, Amy, is that after you disposed of the body...
No, I wouldn't hurt Frank.
Well, here's how it looks to us, Amy. It looks like you murdered Frank, suffered the usual fit of remorse, and made yourself up a nice cocktail of booze and sleeping tablets.
I don't have any sleeping tablets. There are none in the flat. I remember Frank coming in. It was late, and he poured us both a drink.
What happened then?
He told me he wanted to explain, apologise. He filled my glass up a couple of times, and then I just woke up in hospital.
You're saying Frank drugged you and set you up for his murder?
Well, that's what I thought, until I went to the farm and found his body, and now I just don't know. Maybe I am a murderer. I can't remember what happened.
Why did you go to the call centre today?
I wanted Justine to know that Frank had betrayed her too.
How?
He couldn't go through with the plan. He couldn't kill me.
But you think that was his intention?
I knew he and Justine had been changing my scripts and robbing the customers. I told Frank I'd go to the police if he didn't break it off with her.
Justine Sproul is my #1 suspect.
Yeah, or Amy's killed Frank at the call centre and dumped his body at her uncle's farm.
Well, it looks not. Crime scene line 2. They don't reckon that Frank's been dead longer than 2 hours.
No, John Spruce has
Put out a general broadcast on Justine Sproul.
Yeah.
Suze, hospital for you.
Susie, far out, when was this? No, I'll handle it. Thanks. Personal time, boss.
What's wrong?
Brad, are you completely out of your mind?
This is all I'm left with. I'd rather be here than laid up in some
Honey,
hospital.
listen to me. We found Frank's body.
So Amy did run him down?
Well, he was run down, but not by her. By Justine Sproul. Every copper in the state's out looking for her car.
And they're looking for the wrong one. Frank's car should be there. It was there this morning, and Frank sure as hell hasn't driven it away. She's done a swap.
If she's used her car, then there'll be damage. We're going to need it for evidence. Where she dumped it? We've searched every street within a 2-kilometre radius. If she dumped it, surely we would have found it by now.
Must be around here somewhere, I'm sure of it.
In which case, someone will find it sooner or later and call us.
Stop, stop, stop! Reverse a bit. And, yep, stop. There.
Thomas 208 to 900. We found Miss Sproul's car. There's damage and there's blood on the grill.
Mount Thomas 900 to 208 received. Justine Sproul has been picked up just outside Melbourne in a car matching Frank Bernato's.
I didn't know it was there.
So, how did they get into Frank's boot?
Frank's boot, Frank's money.
Frank's car. Driven by you.
Well, mine was stolen and I needed to be in Melbourne.
You're expecting us to believe that a stranger stole your car, drove it out to the farm, ran over Frank and conveniently parked it near your work.
Believe what you like.
No. I think we'll leave this to homicide, eh?
Stupid wee bastard. None of this would have happened if he had done what he was supposed to do.
What was that, Justine? Making sure Amy wasn't around to tell tales?
It was supposed to look like she'd murdered Frank in a jealous rage, then gone home and OD'd.
But he couldn't go through with it.
No, I went to the farm to try and work something out with Frank. He packed up to leave. Without me.
So you knocked him down and ran over him 2 more times.
He needed a lesson in doing things properly.
She's all yours.
Have a nice trip.
Melly, hi.
Hi. So the rumours are true then?
Yes, she will be charged with the murder of Frank Bernato.
He was a dreadful man. I almost feel sorry for her.
No, I wouldn't. She was the one who stole your cartoons and put them on the computer system.
Why would she shame herself like that?
I think that she thought that if she and Frank were out in the open, that he'd make good on his promise to leave Amy for her.
And the data files?
It's a dumb mistake.
A tangled web. Dear.
Is there something we can do for you?
Actually, I was looking for your husband.
Oh. We should be at home. Can I give him a message?
No, I need to speak to him myself. The board's asked me to manage the call centre.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, well done.
Well, it's only in a caretaker capacity, but I'd like to make Brad an offer, so if you see him, get him to give me a call.
Alrighty.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
See ya.
At last, we were dying of thirst.
Sorry, I got called up in a phone call.
Millie?
Yes.
All right, everyone got a drink?
Yeah. What's this?
Vodka. All the best KGB agents are drinking it.
To the best secret agent in the business.
I don't know about that. I let the subjects get away, didn't I?
Yeah, but if you hadn't noticed Frank's car was missing, we would still be looking for the wrong one.
Well, in that case, bottoms up, eh?
So, how'd your chat with Millie go? Why all the mystery?
No mystery. She offered me promotion to team leader,
Well, that's fantastic.
but I turned it down. In fact, I'm quitting telemarketing altogether. I reckon I've got everything I need to become a top-notch private investigator. So, I'm putting in an application to get my inquiry agent's license. Chris, another one of those, thanks.